So we got this trim installed yesterday, and it went pretty well.
Yeah, like the actual installing of the cedar boards was like the fastest thing ever.
It really was. So it was all in the prep work. So the planer took a while. Doing the router table,
Router table.
doing the router table, that took a while. Oiling everything took a while, but actually putting this on, maybe 20 minutes.
Yeah.
It was really quick.
I think longer than 20 minutes.
We do still have an upper piece to put on there and a lower piece to put on there, trim piece, and then this side will be officially finished.
Yeah.
And then we'll just continue on to the other side.
But we've been able to like go to the front of the building, like go to the street and look back at it and stare at it and be like, yes, that's nice.
It does look pretty good. All right, so we're gonna keep on going. All right, Anna, so what's going on?
Oh, so right here, I'm about to install this first board. I actually have it nailed twice up top, and I was trying to level it to make sure everything else is level and plumb. And I was noticing that I was trying to make sure it's tight here, and we were just going to leave it like this. We weren't going to put any trim here to cover this because we were like, well, the two next to each other would just look exactly like trim would, so why add more stuff there? However, we didn't have this bottom board here before. We just put this on we just put this on. We installed these first. And so this board isn't coming all the way out to the thickness of this first board. So it's kicking this board out. So it's creating a gap. So I think now we're going to have to do like a little piece of trim in the corner to cover that. Or we have to say it's just fine.
Can I make a suggestion?
Sure.
Can I just go get a chisel and we just chisel out that little bit of that wood that where it's sticking it out, and we can angle that one piece and nobody will know?
Because then it's going to tip this board out.
Let me go get one and try, okay?
And it doesn't help that this board, I think, is cupping out too.
Well, let me go get a chisel and let's just see if it makes a difference.
Our chisels are terrible.
I know, but they're good enough for cedar.
Okay.
They'll be fine for cedar. Okay.
Try. Okay, so this is our chisel, aka box cutter.
Well, it was the closest tool, and honestly, it's probably going to be fine. Because I remember you can do this with cedar if you're doing trim around a door. Like if you're using cedar shims, you can cut cedar shims with a utility knife.
That's true.
So I figured, why not work on it here?
All right, try putting that back and see if that helps.
That's it. That was quick.
How are those measurements?
So it's not consistently at an angle.
So
The first two absolutely agree with each other.
our doorway's not straight, is what you're saying.
No, the doorway's straight. We probably have a warped board in there or something. Or this board isn't straight. Because the first two are the same. And if it was the doorway, they wouldn't be the same. So this is 2 and 9/16. This is 2 and 9/16. And this is 2 and 13/16.
Wow, that's really different.
Yeah, so this.
I could barely
Quarter
reach.
inch off.
That's the bottom?
I don't know if it's the bottom or the top.
Let me see. That's the bottom. So I couldn't reach the bottom that easily.
All right, here goes nothing. It's the board.
So it's the board. The board is, you can see this right here.
The board is binding up.
Yeah, the board is binding up, so that's your problem. Yeah, we might should just get a different board.
It was much better than that other.
Yeah, this one's just, I mean, you can see the grain coming in on both sides. Like it's, when it wasn't straight, whatever straight is, it was already binding. So anyway, that's what, at least that makes up the difference on the different measurements we had. Last piece.
Yeah,
How's the luck?
it goes well with the other side. All right.
Does it look good?
Yeah, I think so. It's nice. What do you think?
I think it looks pretty good.
All right. Well, let's get this other board up here on here.
Yeah, let's
At
get
the
the
bottom.
trim on the top.
Okay, so the next step we need to do to finish the cedar skirt side is to put a drip cap over it. And what we decided before was that a metal drip cap just didn't really fit the look of a Japanese shed. Instead, we thought it should be a cedar drip cap. So that's what I'm going to be doing here, is making a cedar drip cap. It's going to end up going over it, kind of like how you see some of their fences with the little angles going over it. I don't know if this is actually how they would do it. I can't remember. We were there, but I can't remember if they did this or not. I'm sure somebody did somewhere. So what I'm going to do is I have this piece of cedar. I've set my table saw to 45 degrees at the blade. I don't have it plugged in right now. I have it set to 45. And I have this at 1 inch and 5/8. So I'm going to see if that's enough for it. It may need to be a little bit bigger, but I'd rather err with this because I want to get more pieces out of the wood if I can. So here now, I'll plug this in, put on my glasses, and we're going to just give this a try. See how this works. How did I get bombarded with cedar? I think that's pretty full of cedar.
I need to blow it out.
All right, so then here's our pieces. This almost looks too long as I'm seeing it right here. But let's go try it out. Let's go walk up there and see.
All right.
We obviously don't have oil in this yet. Anyway, I'm gonna have to miter the ends too, because it's mitered above. All right, so here's how this would look. Like that. Yeah, that looks about right. So it'd be about like that.
Yeah, that's a nice overhang, this amount.
Yeah.
Right there, just subtle.
I'm looking to see, but does that work?
Let me get back here and look. Yeah, that looks really nice.
Yeah, I could see it about right there.
So now the question is, how do we secure that down?
Right. That's gonna be an issue right there.
But yeah,
A lot
that
of
looks,
pressure,
I think
but-
that looks really good. That's a nice detail, makes it look nice and finished.
Okay, so what I need to do first is cut this at a 45. I could, so the bow is right here. I could cut it like here and make this a non-issue. Make that bow a non-issue.
What we could do is, since we're trying to avoid having the seam on top of this seam right here, we could cut this top board into thirds to cut out the bow. They'd be shorter pieces, so they're less likely to bow, and just put the seams at the thirds. That would look nice. And that would help eliminate the bowing issue.
Yeah, I might be able to get 2 out of 1 that way because this is 6 feet long. So that would be not long enough for
Okay.
half. All right, so this one is a lot better than the other one. It doesn't have as much of a bow. They're all not perfect though. They're just not straight. So it's kind of like doing fine woodworking with not fine wood. So I have to do this at an angle here, and then I can miter it so that it comes back this way. That'll be fine. I don't know if you've ever cut a miter at this, but you have to like cut it as it stands. And so that'll be interesting. You want to come see what that looks like?
Sure.
Okay, so this is what I mean is cutting it as it lies. So I don't know if that's the right term. It's just what makes sense to me. So you have a 45-degree cut here, and you have to cut it at a 45 for a miter. So that means it's a double miter. So you have your miter, you push it up against the fence to where you get your 45. So this is how it will lie against the building. It's going to lie at a 45. And then you have your 45 here. So if you can line it up right, which I'm going to do a little bit of waste here, not much. If we're lucky, if that was actually at 90 degrees where it came down, if we're lucky, this is now our correct miter for that joint.
So right now, the only thing that we're running into here is, we're trying to do this connection point here. I might just put one nail in so I can pull it out.
Okay. Just tack it for now.
So right now I did 30 inches or 40 inches like you wanted is at the thirds.
Yep.
Because it wasn't going to make it all the way across. So there's a real question here of exactly, like, should I even it out with this one right here? Or should I have it hit the actual corner?
Let's see.
You're not going to be able to see this from far away. But I think right
it should
here.
come at the corner. Yep.
Well, this is the corner of this wood. And it doesn't hit the corner of that.
It should come to this corner here.
Yep. Okay, so that's what I'm going with. So what I'm going to do
right there.
This is trying to bring fine woodworking into a world of carpentry.
Yeah, you keep saying that.
So, well, I'm just saying it's not how. It's like a nail like that, and then a nail like that will hold it. That's it. That's all it takes. You do one in the middle. There you go.
All right.
So that's on there. So now I'm going to go get the other piece. Okay, so I cut the piece and we're going to see if it fits. Now the only problem we might have is a little bit of gapping right here, which we can just do caulk there. That's okay. Look at that miter right there.
All right.
There.
All right.
So this really adds the feel immediately. Like both of us are instantly saying this feels immediately more Japanese in feel. So I'm really glad we decided to do a wood one and not a aluminum drip cap. But the other thing is this is actually functional. So water will come down, hit this, and come over rather than going behind the wood.
Well, if it even hits it at all, because we've got these like 2-foot overhangs right here, so water really isn't hitting the surface or the face of this building really much at all.
Right, it really isn't. So, I mean, it should be fine. There.
All right, so it's been like a little over a month now since we were working on the other side of the building.
That's right, we took a little bit of a break.
So now I have to remember what the heck I was doing over here. I had things organized. So good job us. We already have our drip cap cut with our chamfer on here. I was just looking at those and some shorter ones down here. And then over here we have some pieces that just have the routed edge here and a flat piece, so that's probably for the corners. We have like 4 of those. And then we already have these strips to put along here as the nailing strips, so we have those already done. And here's just the boards. I think both sides are routed on these stacks for just the main part. So, and then this is all scraps.
And then we have the full boards over on the left, on my left.
Well, those full boards are for the trim, the top and bottom that you'll see, not the part that's underneath. So
okay.
I guess we're just using these scraps and whatever we can for those. The top and bottom have these big wide boards behind, yeah. So
these scraps.
I guess, I don't remember. This doesn't look like nearly enough. That doesn't look like enough, so we might have to get into some pieces that I didn't oil. And all of these have been oiled ahead of time. I made sure to do that before we left on our trip. But it should be enough. So yeah, just getting reoriented of like, what were we doing? I wanted to finish this before we left, but we just couldn't squeeze it in before we went. So
I'm really glad I already did the drip cap though, because I have forgotten how I did that. So I have a
Like,
rough
just
idea.
Table saw, but yeah, and they're not
45 degree, I think.
Yeah, but we don't have the ends cut at the front.
No,
They're
because you have
just
to
90
cut them
degree.
where they lie.
Yeah. But other than that, those are already done. Yeah, I know you did that because you wanted to like have them all consistent and not change the angle of the blade on the table saw.
Thank you, previous me.
Yeah. All right. All right. Well, let's get to it.
Hey.
Hey.
All right. So, what are we up to now?
Well, we got all these boards were here, but on the other side, we put all these boards, and then now we did these corner pieces. So we're going to start here, go this way, there, go that way. We have all these boards ready to go, and it should just be like boop, 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 boop.
Hey, Anna, so what are we doing?
I'm just doing a layout of these boards just to mix them up and see how they look against the wall. So just a nice mix to see, just distribute like the dark boards and light boards and the different colors, because some of them are more yellow, some are more pink, some are more brown, just to mix them up. And also the grain pattern. Some kind of look like pine even though they're cedar, and some look more like cedar. So just trying to mix everything up so it looks nice and it's not big blocks of color.
All right, so what's next?
I'm going to install these guys, which should go really fast because this is all in the prep work and not so much in the installation. It'll just be like pew, 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 and we're done.
So what's going on?
Oh, I'm one board short. So this is my flat board for the corner. Flat board as in I didn't route out this one edge. But I'm going to have to cut this off anyway. It's, if this board was here, I need a sliver here. And so I'll just use the board that I have over there. That's the sliver on the other side. So that means I'll probably just have to like route out this edge here and then do some stuff to that other sliver board that's over there. Then I'll have enough.
So to the router table.
To the router table again. I was hoping I was past that, but yeah.
There you go. Got it.
All right.
Hey! What's happened, Anna?
We're done with the main pieces, except for this one piece I have to route out over there and cut that off.
Okay, let's go do it.
Okay.
Hey, Anna, what did you just say?
This is perfect. I'm going to oil it.
Haha! So my cut was perfect.
It was perfect.
Just like me?
Yes.
Or is it just like
I like how it's totally natural, not prompted at all.
What?
Just like you.
You could have said it on your own.
I mean, just like you, you're perfect. Just like the cut you just made.
Okay.
Amazing.
That was good as a cut.
Yeah, I guess. This brush is super not great because it's the brush I used a long time ago. Kind of more like rubbing the oil on with a painter's stick than it is a brush. This is ridiculous.
Okay, you did it.
Yeah.
So what's next? That last piece on the
Install
back?
this one, and then we need to get the width for this one.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, that was the last piece.
Yep, and then this guy goes right here. And I just need to mark that and we'll just cut it and we'll be done. Let's go. There you go.
What did you just do?
Install that last piece. And my hands have oil on them, so I'm trying not to touch anything.
Okay.
So we'll need to put the trim board here and there. This one's going to be full width. That one we'll probably have to rip down because it's so close to the ground down there.
Okay.
And then put that the wooden drip cap up here.
Yeah.
We did it.
What's next?
This top piece, and then we're done.
Drip cap, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, so what are we doing?
We are installing the last piece of the cedar skirt around the shed.
Okay.
So yeah, thank you for mitering this. I appreciate it. And with that, we're done.
Hey!
Yeah.
So we have finished the skirt. Here, I'll back up. All right, let's clean it up and actually show people what it looks like, okay?
All right. Well, I think this looks pretty darn good.
I think it looks pretty good too, honestly. Like, I thought it would look good.
Uh-huh.
I didn't know that it would look this good.
Yeah.
So,
Well, and that little itty bitty teeny tiny roof,
yeah, the little trim.
that
Yeah.
really made a huge difference.
Right, the drip edge, which honestly, when we were first starting the shed, we were thinking that we were going to be doing that drip edge out of aluminum. And we were just like, I don't know, it's going to feel right. It's not
Yeah,
going to
it's
look right.
the normal drip edge you put under the panel
Right.
siding.
And we just thought about what have we seen in Japan? And in Japan, we've seen these angled cedar, like,
Yeah,
roof
you
type
see them
things.
on fences all the time. It's a little
Yeah.
roof, so.
So we thought, why not go with it? And so it should be functional, first off, and it should actually, I mean, it definitely puts in the look of Japanese. Before it was looking a little craftsman, kind of. It could have gone craftsman, but with that little tilted thing, it just really reads Japanese.
Yeah,
I'm really happy about it.
It's like, I know before we said, oh, well, we're finally getting into finished looking things, but now we're really getting into
Right.
finished looking things. So that's really nice.
So then what's next after this?
Well,
The roof, the second roof. I mean, this angled piece here, it really does tell me we really do need to do the second roof.
Yep.
Because that's going to really bring in the Japanese feel as well.
Yeah, I think so.
So the second roof with all the shakes, so we need to do that.
So that's definitely before all the other trim and decorative trim around the whole building. So
Right.
we have to do the roof first before we do that.
So then the trim can match up with
And
it.
eventually, I know you're probably screaming at us through the YouTubes, which is, what about those windows?
And the door.
Oh yeah, I guess the door too.
And maybe add a clouder in there too.
Oh, like a ramp.
And a ramp. Yeah, so there's a few things we have to do. We haven't even ordered the glass, to be honest. Like, I haven't even
Yeah, we're
tackled that yet.
kicking that can down the road.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, we do have to eventually do doors. We have to do glass. Oh, on the door, it's going to be a really neat build. I would love to have your opinion. Please put in the comments if it should be a door that opens like a French door with ideally no middle post, because I don't want a middle post. Don't know how that works. Or or 2 sliding doors. Either way, it's going to be slightly of a shoji screen kind of look, more for what they usually use for the exterior. So it's not really shoji material, but it has that feel and that look.
Glass.
It'll have glass and a whole bunch of whatever pieces of wood going across. Let us know what you think.
And divided
Should it be
light.
one? Yeah. Should it be open or should it be sliding?
And I don't know how you're going to do the sliding. So
Well, the sliding, yeah, it would have
it's
to.
complicated.
It would have to be a whole lot. So, anyway, y'all, thanks so much for watching. We really do appreciate it.
yeah, please like and subscribe if you like watching this content.
Yeah. If you think what we're doing is half decent, or at least we're doing a half decent job presenting it,
Yeah.
let us know. Let us know in the comments what we're doing wrong and what we're doing right. Let other people learn from our mistakes.
And please share if you don't mind.
Yeah, share it. Text it to somebody. I don't know how you share, but share it with somebody, and it makes a big difference. It really does.
Another thing, ring the bell. Is that a thing?
Ring the bell. There's a little bell there if you're on a computer. I've never seen it on TV because I'm old and that's how I watch my YouTube. But you can ring the bell, and that will literally notify you on your little bell icon when a new episode is out from us.
Yep.
So thanks everybody again. We'll see you next time.